Hi, coaches. Welcome back to Bigs Rule the World. I'm Coach Allen, and we're getting started today with, continuing today with our series on pass protection. Specifically, today we're going to be talking about how we structure one-on-ones to make those a better source for our practice time, better source for how we do things. Okay, I think one-on-ones can a lot of times be a good thing if done well, and a lot of times can be a bad thing if not done correctly. I'll be honest, before I got to my current stop, I was almost against one-on-ones as a pass pro teaching tool because I think it got out of the proper mechanics of pass protection and got out of proper scheme of pass protection and focused more on early macho guy stuff, which if you ever watch my videos, I stay so technical that the macho man, alpha personality type O-line stuff, I don't usually go for if it's sacrificing technique, if it's fast sacrificing smart scheme. But, I've become more of a fan of one-on-ones, and I'm going to tell you today some tips I have for you when using them in your practice structure to get better. So let's go ahead. I'm actually going to share my screen with you like we do every week. Okay, here we go. So I got two things I'm going to show you today. First things first, it's going to be our slides, and we're going to talk. Let me get here. There we go. Tips for getting the most out of one-on-ones. First thing we want to talk about, if you haven't signed up yet for the Trenches newsletter, it's delivered weekly to your inbox. It has tips, blocking schemes, and analysis delivered every Monday. Go ahead, sign up for that as I get ready this weekend to crank out the next issue coming out Monday following college championship game week. You also see a breakdown where I break down the top college offensive lines and the top NFL offensive lines as well. Also, shout out to Coach Troy Taylor from LC Bird High School in Richmond, put on the championship coaches clinic once again this year. That should be February 26, 2022. You see how my mind is at. I actually spoke at the 2021 back before I had Big Rule the World going, but we'll be speaking there, and I hope to see a lot of coaches there. If you're in the Virginia, DC metro, Virginia area, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, drive on down to Richmond, Virginia, February 26, 2020. We'll get you some more details about all that. All right, so how I structure one-on-ones. So as I talk about this, I'm going to pull up, because I don't have it filmed, and I should have had it filmed. I'm going to pull up some of our end zone film just to talk about some things that I look for and how I structure it. So the way I'll structure one-on-ones is I like to have guys go mano-a-mano against each other, and we're only going to make certain people live. So for example, right here, I start at left tackle and work to right tackle. So I'll say left tackle's live. That means the left defensive end's live. Now that gives this guy a chance to go outside, inside, or straight bull rush. That's up to him. Okay. If I have the defensive line coach down there with me, he can be coaching the defensive pass rush while I'm coaching the pass protection. For me, I'm going to have my other guys still set in their spots to establish the gap. Because the last thing you want is if you just put these guys one-on-one right here, and this guy's fast, he comes all the way and loops in right there. Well, that's not realistic. That's not realistic in a game. So we got to watch for that. Go ahead, delete all that. Now, with that being said, what we're going to do here is we're going to say on my, I'm going to have him on a snap cadence, and, it's going to be on his movement after the snap cadence. So once he moves, bang, we're off. Usually our defensive lineman gets a pretty good jump, but I'll set a certain number of seconds. Usually it'll be 4 to 5. I talked to my head coach. He said he had to practice with 15. I said, that's insane. But that's what they worked on because they had longer developing pass protection. So if they could pass protect for 15, they could pass protect for 10 seconds, which I understood and liked the theory. So a lot of times I'll have either a assistant, a kid who's hurt, or even a trash can be the quarterback right here. So that way I can stand back and coach. I'm not in harm's way. Next year, I'm going to try to film these more. So a couple different things I look for and I coach up. So going over the structure again, I structure 2 people live the whole time, no more than 2. Coaches coaching both sides of the ball. If possible, you can get that defensive line coach coaching the pass rushers. So they get something out of it. That offensive line coach coaching the pass blockers. So they get something out of it. You're always coaching. Okay. You're not just standing there becoming a fan. You're always coaching the reps. I hated taking my kids to camps, and you guys have probably taken your kids to camps too, where they would go and there might be one-on-ones for the offensive and defensive linemen. There's no coaching. You either win or you lose. There's no coaching at all. We want energy, but not stupidity. I got warned guys all the time for getting too fired up during one-on-ones where they'll do, let me get back to my screen share there, where they'll do stupid stuff like hop around, delay my drill. I'm not big, if you ever watch me in practice, I'm not big in you taking away my time and delaying my drills. So if they're hooping and hollering, I'm to the next guy, let's go on. But I'm always offering coaching points no matter what, whether it's telling a guy something he did well, something he needs to improve on, something like that. And final one, holding is holding. If a guy grabs somebody and throws him, I don't stand there and slap him on the back. We got a lot of one-on-ones that get on Twitter, get on all these social media platforms, and that's holding the hell out of somebody. We don't support that here. And I teach holding as, I can lock on. If I get my film back up here, if I could get this to just stay away, there we go. So if I'm going to stay here, okay, let's watch a real bad one. See where my right tackle here lets him get outside of his framework right there, and my center, okay? That grab right there, that's a hold to me. You got to stay inside your framework, okay? That's how I teach it. Now, going on back, and I picked a random pass set, guys, where we were in out of 10 personnel, just to show you that we didn't run as much 10 this year as we have in the past. Key points that I always find myself stressing here, okay? Feet, 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 feet. If you are not moving, if I go back here, look at my right tackle again. Look at my right tackle again. I'm going to do it like this. There we go. Look at my right tackle. He has not moved his feet. Number one, coaching up my right tackle right there. He's got the right post foot. He doesn't kick. He almost attached just inside. Then he gets too skinny. His feet aren't moving. He stands them up and they get stuck. And he's not moving. He's not moving back and keeping his shoulders square. You're going to see a bad example here. I picked a really bad pass pro for y'all just to show you it happens. Okay, 52 right here. I don't like what he does. He does a good job protecting the inside, but the first thing he does when he kicks is he throws that back and he turns himself and opens his hips. I always coach my guys not to do that. Don't open your hips until you absolutely have to get to a point where you're running with them. Okay, he's not at a point yet where he's running with him. 50 had leg injuries all year, and he doesn't move his feet well, but he moves them better than 55, and in my opinion, 52, before he gets to the point where, okay, now I got to run a little bit with him. Now I got to run. Now I got to turn my shoulders and run. So my coaching point, keep your hips straight ahead, protect the inside, feet, 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 use your hands, bang. Don't just hold on and latch on. You're going to see, you saw some bad movement of that from my guys, and hopefully I can get y'all. I'll get a good film clip next time for y'all. I want hands. I don't want him into my grill like 52. And 52 is a freshman. He's a very undersized freshman. He's playing left tackle for us there. So I give him a lot of credit. But he's got his hands in the right spot. He's just letting that guy get too much into him. I'm going to get my hands. I'm going to bench press him out. Bang, bang, bang. Quick hands. Okay, we talked about coaching the hands up. I want those hips square as long as possible. That's just some coaching points that I see in one-on-ones. Remember, always be coaching your one-on-ones, guys, to make yourselves better. Don't just, you can get the energy going, but don't lose what you're teaching guys. Don't lose the technical steps. Don't lose your pass blocking steam. Do all that, and also spend some time in that pass protection for the different pass protection sets that you use. We're going to talk about X's and O's in our next videos. Don't lose those. You know, I had a coach who we always did sprint out blocking when I was a player. So he would take pass protection time, which was 20 minutes. First 10 minutes, we practice pass blocking. Next 10 minutes, we practice run blocking. Don't do stuff like that. Find ways to take advantage of that time, especially if you're throwing the ball. Okay. Till next time, coaches, if you want to dominate on the scoreboard, you got to dominate in the trenches. If you want to dominate in the trenches, you got to know that bigs rule the world. I'll see you next time, coaches.